Why are you never real? Whenever you appear, you leave me with that grace. I am trembling with fear, but I know that you will disappear just as I awake, a whisper in my ear. Well, I believe that somewhere in the past something was between you and I, my dear, and it remains with me to this day. No matter what I do, the scar will never fade. Stop the turning tide. It's just split what's left of the burning silence. Don't wait, cause this could be the last time you turn up in the reveries of my mind. Or wake up to a suicide frenzy. Loaded dreams still leave me. I believe that somewhere in the past something was between you and I, my dear, and it remains with me to this day. No matter what I do, this wound will never heal. Why are you never real? This shifting stays you follow me through unrevealed. Just let me go, take me
All right. All right, guys, what is going on? One second. Woke up late today. Now I'm running behind. Oh, man. Let me see. Okay. All right. We should be good to go. Is everybody here? Who do we got? Who do we got? 40 something people on the stream. Let's go. Where's Toby? Is Toby here? Toby, you better fucking be here. Yeah, I see your name in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Toby. Gold star for Toby. Everybody else, you're fucking fired. You're all fired. Gold star for Toby. Everybody else, you're done. You're done. What's good? 2020, Jay Jones, G, Willow, Bell, Jordan D, Natasha, Flacco, Marvelous, Alex C. Yeah, Sleep Token. Sleep Token. That song and Rain is like my two favorites. Everything else is like, all right, in my opinion. Toby, Mason, Eberneth, Felix, Amin, Zakjo, Capitalist, MJ, Lee Bright, Ray, Zay, Pip Trades. Very nice. Very nice. So, who was watching the Dow Jones besides Toby? Now, me, I looked at it, man. I'm like, Dow's our stronger index today. I'm not gonna take it. Should have, but I was like, nah. Just be happy with what you got on ES and be done. So, it stops again. What stops again? Is there something wrong with the stream? Okay. Thanks, Lee Bright. Yeah, you guys let me know if there's any issues. There shouldn't be. I have the most expensive internet. Well, besides owning like your own, like retail wise, I have the like fiber optic shit. We should have no issues. Been outside today. Oh, you know what? It might be me actually because it's getting ready to rain. Or it is raining right now. I can't tell. I can't tell. If you guys notice, you see that? You see that right here? Those are blackout curtains. Okay, those are light blocking curtains. So it could be sunny outside, it could be raining, there could be a fucking tornado. I wouldn't know. Either way it goes, I wouldn't know. I do that so that way I don't get woken up because there's a window right there, and I don't want to get woken up with the sun, you know. So I can never tell. All right. Well, I don't know. Hopefully things are good. Hopefully things are pretty good. But anyway, so do we have 50 or 70 viewers? I can't tell because it's giving me both. Do we have 50 or 70? I have no idea what's going on today. All right, whatever. Let's get into the heart of it, man. Let's get into the business. 70? Okay. Thanks, Jay Jones. Appreciate that. So, 5:30 a.m. I am obviously asleep at 5:30 a.m. and I have no idea if there was a catalyst behind this or not. Or, you know, if that's just normal price action. I'm not sure. But what I do know is what we didn't do yesterday. We talked about that yesterday, and I talked about that in the market review. Okay, so I know today's Wednesday the 30th, okay? But we need to start with Tuesday the 29th. So we need to know what it's done, but also what it hasn't done. Does that make sense? So I pointed this out again in the market review, and I'm pretty sure I pointed this out on stream too. And I pointed out the fact that we did not trade into Sunday's gap for Dow. Okay. So remember, if you zoom out, I know we're on a 5 minute or a 1 minute time frame actually, but remember, if you go all the way back, okay, electronic trading hours, ETH for Dow Jones. We have Friday's close here and Sunday's open. That is what this is drawn from. Okay? So when we start extending that over, oh, that's funny enough. The rain song came on as it's raining here in Houston. That's peak irony. Anyway. Okay. So Tuesday, right? Yesterday, what did we not do? We paused just before Sunday's gap. And then obviously you already know what happened yesterday. We rallied. And in the short term, this was a beautiful market maker buy model. Do you guys agree? Beautiful market maker buy model. But again, the point I'm trying to make is we did not trade into Sunday's gap. So this to me reminds me that one time on NQ. Remember we talked about engineered liquidity. When price stops just before, let's say, previous day's high or low, or just before a Sunday or weekend gap, or just before, let's say, equal highs or equal lows or something, it pauses and then turns on a dime, right? And that's fine. But that to me is engineered liquidity. It's pausing right before Sunday's gap. So that ends up creating, okay, which is cool. So then what do we do? This. So when people, and this is probably, most people do not look to long after a significant down movement like that. Uh-oh. Are you guys still here? Drop a 1 if everything's good. It's telling me I have a good connection, bro. Being lied to. Yeah. Connection should be, it might be spotty, I guess. Well, I can't do anything about it, chat. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll record. How about that? I'll record too. That way, if it's too laggy for you, I'll post the recording later. All right. So just try and stick it out. If not, I'm recording right now. Okay. A lot of traders would not want to buy into a significant down move like that. You guys are something else, man. A lot of traders would not want to long into something like that because that looks very, very bearish at the time, right? And that's fine. But you got to look at the overall picture. The fucking views are going wild. We go from like 40 to 70 back to 50. I don't know what the fuck is going on. All right. Anyway, what did we do yesterday with ES? It's either ES or NQ. What did we talk about? WG discount, WG premium, weekend gap discount, weekend gap premium. That was quite literally yesterday. Anytime we have a concept, it's usually better to do it with the higher concepts, but doesn't mean you can't do it with the lower. Sunday's gap, discount, and premium. So we end up trading into the discount, right? But where do we not go? Where do we not go, chat? To the low end of it. And I'll make this a different color so that way you can tell. And I'll leave that here. Okay? So it's just a depiction of where price did not go. It doesn't, quote unquote, fill it in. Okay. So in a normal sense, that would be a signature of strength. Just like if an imbalance is left open, which we'll get into that in a minute, but I don't really see an example in here. But you guys get what I'm saying, though. Anytime an imbalance isn't traded into all the way, like this, for example, that's a bullish signature. Okay. So we come off of that and then we consolidate leading up into equities. Let me see. All right. So again, just like yesterday, if the markets are going to go up, what do they do first? If it's going to go higher, it will initially go lower. Okay. So we have a bunch of lows down here and a general consolidation. So equity starts, immediately drops us down and sweeps the lows in here. This one and this one. Okay. Both of those taken. Then we came off of that. So now what information does that give you? What does that give you? If we have, okay, and I'm not trying to like show you all the other stuff yet. If we have a significant down movement, right? And then we get a lot of you guys would look at it like a break of structure. Okay, that's, in this case, that's fine. But we have manipulation, signature of strength, and then what do we have here? A low, a high, and a lower low. So that sets up what? That's what that orange box is. A mitigation. Low, high, lower low, that took liquidity. So on that liquidity run lower, that's how you know, in the way that I look at it, because a lot, there might be different versions. I gotta put that away. There might be different versions of how people look at inverted concepts. Okay. So I like the inversions that are on the way to liquidity runs, because that to me is what's going to give me it's not a signal, but it gives me the idea that, hey, we've shifted from bearish to bullish. We don't have to trade through the mitigation. Okay. Like you can take a trade prior to us trading through these up candles. Okay. So that to me was the first opportunity after the liquidity run. Okay. Buying below old lows, you could do that. Or the inversion right after. Then we trade through the up candles at 836. So this, like days like this is where, or at least a setup like this is one of those instances where you can take an inversion, but if you get a new high and you decide to go break even, that's, I'm not entirely against that, but just remember, if your break even, okay, is in a mitigation that hasn't been met yet, that might not work well. Okay. So what I'm saying is, sure, the inversion here was great, but at this particular price or time, okay, here, now you have like, oh yeah, the inversion got respected, but this mitigation was only traded through at 836, which means afterward, price might actually come back and hit this mitigation. So if your entry is somewhere in here and your break even, okay, is in the middle of the mitigation or even like at your entry, remember, price is allowed to trade through the parameters of the mitigation as long as the bodies respect it. Okay? So what I mean is your mitigation parameters, if you look at it from the body's perspective, okay, that means here and here. 42,403, 42,376. So the market can trade below the 376 level. But if the bodies are respecting it, then that's still, you know, good to go. So if you're confused, if I didn't say that correctly, I'm saying inversion here is pretty solid, but the mitigation has not been traded into yet. So this is what I'm referring to. The market can still trade outside the parameters of the mitigation. So that means it would, you know, revisit the inversion. Okay. It could take short-term lows and the bodies here, like if we, I usually don't do this, but I guess we can do it. If we took the wicks off, okay, you can see that the bodies in here are inside the mitigation, and that's permissible. But it's those wicks like this that usually stop you out before you get a higher run. The markets are designed to do that. They're designed to manipulate lows, and they're designed to come back for trailing stops. Anyone who caught this low and then the market trades higher, where does their stops go? You know, recent lows. That's why the market does that shit. And that's why I always tell you to be careful, because, you know, it happens. You move your stop because you want to reduce risk, but you don't do it logically. Okay. And I'm saying this because I do it too. I fuck it up sometimes too. Once we leave the mitigation, okay, because look, body's respecting it, then we trade outside of it. Okay, that's when I would say, all right, we got to start launching from here, or we're wrong, so let's go break even. And then that's when you see these two down candles here, we're traded through, and then we trade back into them. Okay, these two. That's why that's here. And then we take off. Okay. So that to me is worth studying. Everything I just told you. Because remember the order of models, right? Sunday's gap is what created our low of the day. Manipulation set the low. Now I didn't look at today like I didn't look at this on the Dow like a market maker buy model. That's just my, you know, opinion. Okay. But we have highs up here. You could, I don't know if I'd consider that low resistance highs or not. If you did, that's okay. But I would be more so concerned with the London high. Toby, I'm still recording. I don't know exactly what you want me to clip. You could tell me the time though. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, at the bottom of at the middle of your screen, see how it says 12:27? Just go back into the recording and tell me which one you think should be clipped. Like, oh, from 12:24 to 12:28 or something like that. Just let me know after the stream. London's high. So that's why I asked earlier in the Discord, right? Carcel and I were having a conversation and I was saying, you know, why did you pick this high? Why not London's high? London's high for ES, we haven't looked at ES yet. We've actually spent the last 20 minutes on Dow Jones, which we usually don't do. But, you know, we're here. So the point is, we could trade up here If you considered that low resistance highs, okay, fine. So then what's the order? Well, higher time frame, weekend gap, manipulation. So what's always after manipulation? If manipulation sets the low, not the low of the day, but the low of equities, yes. Right? If we switched over to regular, okay, that open lower is taking yesterday's low. Here, see that? So there's yesterday's low in the regular trading hours. So that is manipulation. 100%. That's manipulation on the regular trading hours, yesterday's low, and that is short-term manipulation here. So what's after manipulation? Low risk buy. What's after the low risk buy? It's going to be first stage accumulation, right? So in that first stage or first leg of accumulation, that's where you can start to find what? Mitigation. Down candles being respected. Okay. So if I'll point this out to you now, manipulation set the low. That could be a low risk buy. Even though we made a lower low, okay, that to me could be a low risk buy or like the first stage accumulation, because although price is trading higher, yes, but in the short term, this segment of price here is technically a consolidation. What did I tell you about stop loss placement? It's in the Market Maker Models Masterclass, the 4M video. We're probably just going to call it that from now on because that's a fucking mouthful. The 4M's video, right? I told you if you're trading first stage accumulation, where can your stop go? Either to the low risk buy or the manipulation low. So in this case, if you were trading in here prior to this inversion, if you traded this or in here, if you traded prior to that run here, yeah, you would have got stopped out had you put your stop at this low, thinking that that was the low risk buy. And that's why usually on smaller time frame, I usually go with the manipulation low. Okay. Remember, if your stop is too tight, you're going to get stopped out before the move. So in hindsight, because I was not in front of the charts at this time, but looking at it in hindsight, that would have been the play, is either the mitigation here or these two down candles here. Okay. So if we'll take everything off. We'll take everything off. I'll just redo it later. If you looked at it just from the normal perspective of just the mitigation model by itself, then you already know where your stop goes. Okay. So technically the overlap between the two, between the mitigation and this imbalance, because that overlaps, that means based on that model, your entry would be here. Okay. So your stop would either go to the low end of the mitigation, which in this case, you would have got stopped out, or it goes to the low of manipulation. Now remember, if we're targeting either this high or London's high, that means our TP goes up here and then probably above that, because we're not anticipating just to run to the high, but we want to get to it and through it. We want to get there and above it. So that means at a minimum, our TP would go here. That's like a 1 to 1.5, so that's not crazy. And again, if we target above that, we'll see if we can, you know, get a 1 to 2. And obviously in hindsight, there it is right there. See that? So yes, that's an early entry with the widest stop, 1 to 2 still respected. Okay. Now, had you traded the inversion model, I'm pretty sure if it was me, I probably would have got breaking even too. Okay. But if we're going to study this, the inversion entries here, same stop at the manipulation low, or if you're trying to be cheeky, it could go like to the middle of the wick. Okay. I usually don't do that. I just go right for the low. Same TP, 1 to 3. Okay. So entries for RR, the entries matter. All right. Because you put your stop at the low of the candle that made the imbalance correct. I remember you mentioning that once, that or where the manipulation happened. Well, yeah, Jordan. That's I think I answered that already. I didn't read your question until just now, but there's multiple places that you can put your stop. The tighter your stop loss, obviously the better RR, but the more likely you are going to get stopped out. The wider the stop, it reduces RR, but you're a lot less likely to get stopped out. You see what I'm saying? And that's like the point of studying, okay? If you took this imbalance with a stop at the low end of it, yeah, you would have got stopped out. And then the market would have done this, just straight up candles. And you would have been like, oh, this is fucked. This is bullshit. No, it's not bullshit. You just tried to get cheeky. You tried to do some, you know, you tried to finesse it and ended up getting finessed yourself. Are we still trading lower? Jesus. Damn. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. I don't know if Toby's still in there. Toby, let me know if you're still in there. If you're in, you're a thug. But anyway, that is the point, okay, from this morning. If this was the target, okay, if London's high was the target and the Sunday's low, or excuse me, like when we traded into Sunday's gap, but we left the bottom end open, right? That low is here to this target here. Where do you think all this shit is occurring? Manipulation in a discount. This mitigation in a discount below 50%. Everything 50% and below is a discount in a bullish market. See that? All the people who teach fib retracements, they don't teach you this shit, do they? No. They'll teach you this. Oh, low, high, 618. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. But I don't know, man. You've seen my entries this year. You see me call trades every week this year. So, you know, use whatever logic you want. But I always do this. Okay. The lower the high that's been set up to the target or down to the target. And I'm analyzing 75%, 50%, aka your fair value level, and then 25%. All right. If you go back to watch yesterday's live stream, or it might have been in the market review, I can't remember. I stream so much, I do so many market reviews, I don't remember half the shit of when I said something. But I'm pretty sure I told you, you know, I look for low risk buys. I'm trying to get in near the low, right? And I definitely want to get in a discount. That's where all of this was. All of this was in a discount. Okay. So what do we end up doing? This is where, okay. This is where I said, pay attention to Dow. I said, watch Dow here. All right. It's in the Discord. It's timestamp. Go look at it. Okay. I wanted to give you something today. Felt generous. You know what I mean? I was like, let me take a look around. Let me try and find something. Let me try and find something. Okay, I'm not one of those Twitter traders. If your model's not there, walk away. No, fuck you. I'm going to find something. I'm going to find something you can't. If I'm allowed to be a little bit egotistical today. We have a high at 917. We drop down. What are these? What are these right here? Josh, I'm not sure what you're asking here. That I use the bodies on the mitigation rather than the whole. Oh, you mean like measuring, like from the wick to wick. You're saying I measure body to body. Yes. I've always measured body to body. I don't like wick to wick. I don't do that. The majority of the trading is going to be done inside of the bodies, not the wicks. And when you use wicks, you extend your range, which means, I don't know. I just don't do that. Asia high there too. Oh, I didn't even notice that, but thank you for adding that. Mr. Young, yes. If you go watch the market maker models masterclass, yes. Which it should be either pinned on the channel or, I mean, it should be easy to find on my channel. Okay. Equal lows. Felix, do those look equal to you? If one is higher than the other, is that fucking equal? Low resistant lows, Felix. Come on. Pip trades, same thing to you. They're not fucking equal. You guys make me sick. That's a higher low. Come on, chat. Look, thank you, Felix. Look closely. Look closely, chat. 529 to 535. Are those the same? You guys just like to see me get fucking wild, don't you? You just do shit like that on purpose. Low resistant lows. I fucking can't stand you guys. Higher high here. Okay. So what is that starting to look like to you? We have high resistant highs, right? We trade lower. So what do we have here? What's this starting to look like? I'm glad I don't stream on Thursday. I'm sick of this shit. I'm fucking tired already, dude. 12:40. You guys are on that bullshit early today. Everybody except Toby. That should be a setting. Everybody's banned from the chat except Toby. Toby and I are just going to have a public one-on-one. What's after manipulation, chat? What's after manipulation? If we're in a sell model, if we have you guys got me fucked up. Low resistant lows. If we have low resistant lows and high resistant highs, what comes after manipulation if we're bearish? MJ, if we're bearish, it would be the low risk short. Why is it low risk? Well, because if this is manipulation, if the high is set, it won't trade above that. So retracements in here are going to offer low risk shorts, meaning even if you just shorted like the old high, right? And like instances like this is where, oh yeah, that's an inverted, or no, that's a head and shoulders pattern. Okay. You're kind of correct. But why do mine work better than others? Because it's not a head and shoulders in that manner. It looks like it, but we're way beyond just simple, oh yeah, there's the shoulder, the head, and the other shoulder. It's like, well, I guess. But I could find a bunch that didn't work. You know what I mean? So anyway, moving on. You could have just straight up shorted that old high here with a stop right there and then aiming for those lows, not even beyond it. That still would have been a 1 to 3, almost a 1 to 4. That's why it's a low risk short. You're, you know, it's like 30 or 28 points for 103. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, if you remember earlier, I told you guys the lack of wick was next. That was here. Okay. So if we extend it to that, that's a 1 to 4. Okay. Now, why would I say that? Because on the 5 minute, look at it. This manipulation, look at that 1040 candle, by the way. Look at that candle up there. See that wick? Where does it close? Below that high. And then after that is the low risk short. At 8:55. At 8:55, we have a lack of wick there. So that would act like an imbalance. And that imbalance is where? Below the lows. How far can price go below lows? An imbalance. That's why I told you that was next. And then we smacked it. That's why I can do shit like I can fuck around in the Discord and be like, oh yeah, let me call the market makers real quick. And then have it just sink like that. Because I know where price is going, bro. And so do you. So do you. You can do the same shit I can. Yeah, you can. So let me take this off. If we have our manipulation and we have our low risk short and we accumulated, or yeah, well, it's accumulation of shorts, but we consolidated for our first stage of distribution. So what should be next? Second stage of distribution. Okay. What time in the Discord did I tell you to look at it? I don't know. I need to look. 11:42, which was definitely very, very late. Right there. Boom. 11:42. I said, watch Dow here. It's right there in the charts chat. Okay. So what am I telling you to watch? Well, look at the chart, dude. Look at the fucking chart. Toby got it. We had dropped down. Let me zoom in. At 11:42, we had dropped down with a gap right there too. So what's at 11:42? Well, nothing. But what's in 8 minutes after that? The macro. Oh, fucking 12 o'clock macro. So what do? 11:49. We stab up into the gap. Up candle here. Boom. Headed straight for not just the lows, but the lack of wick too. And I tried to get you to watch it. Toby was trading it, which is cool. But I was at least trying to get you to watch it at a minimum. Okay. And then look where we're at on the overall. Manipulation, lower short, second stage distribution to go lower. And then if you traded up here or in here, or even like this gap here, if you held on one contract, it's definitely lower. So you see how that works, chat? You see why I'm right way more than I am wrong? Because that's what I'm waiting for. Something so high probability, it's damn near impossible to be wrong. It's damn near impossible for me to be wrong when I'm looking for certain things. So if we look at just equities. Yeah, well, actually, we'll leave the macro here. That's fine. Take everything off of here. The low of the day up to the manipulation, right? Where's that low risk short? Oh, I don't know. That's like 5 or 10% fib level. So that's not only in a premium, but that's like a premium of the premium. That's like ideal for shorts. And then we consolidated near 25%. Still a premium in here, right? Because we still haven't met the lows. We're still in a premium market. Then we trade down into the lows, and then that lack of wick, and there's your fair value level right there. And then now we're in a discount here. But this, where we're at right now, this for me is a no longer, I wouldn't trade the rest of today. We've already done what? We already had beautiful opportunities in here and beautiful opportunities in here and in here to go lower. So we had beautiful longs and we had beautiful shorts, and we're a little bit lower than the middle of the range, but now we're in the range. And I don't see us making, I can't justify a new low of day, and I sure as shit can't justify a new high of day. So where we are now, I have no idea what this wants to do. But again, there was opportunities for longs and for shorts. So now that both, you know, sides of that coin have been given, what else is there to do? In my opinion, right, the market is only going to move so much in a day. It's only going to do so much. And once it does it, once it's made its move or two, that's it. There's nothing else to do. Appreciate the love from India. Thank you, thank you. Jordan, why are you feeling great right now? Did you take a good trade today, or are you just doing good overall? Oh, that was the last thing too, or I forgot to throw that in here. That's why I have the macros on here. The if we want to do a quick macro study, our 9 o'clock macro took us higher, right? Because what do macros do? They deliver to either an imbalance or liquidity. Sometimes neither, but again, we're studying, right? Our 9 a.m. macro took us higher to liquidity. The 10 o'clock macro, it did take us lower to this liquidity here. That's very, very short term. I'm not going to do anything with that. Our 11 a.m. macro, that was our low risk short. And after that, we saw liquidity. And then our, just like I said, our 12 o'clock macro, that's what was the time window for us to go lower and for that lack of wick. And then back into our opening gap. Because based on regular trading hours, again, that's what we're on. This gap here, right? There was no sell side delivery and no buy side price delivery. All right. Oh, love from Switzerland. Hey, appreciate that, dude. I've been making chicken sandwiches and I've been using Swiss cheese. I fucking love Swiss cheese, bro. So shout out to Switzerland. I think that's where Swiss cheese originated from. Anyway, hopefully I don't sound stupid. But to be smart real quick, I'll tell you the difference again between a gap and an imbalance. A gap has neither buy side nor sell side delivery. A imbalance only has one side price delivery. Okay? So a gap, no buy side, no sell side. An imbalance has one of the two and needs to seek the other. Okay? So if you got lost in the sauce, let's do this real quick. And then we'll go over to ES and then we'll close out for until Friday. Here's our gap, okay? No buy side, no sell side delivery. See that? So there's a manipulation, all that stuff in here. So with Dow Jones today, we saw upside, right? So we saw buy side price delivery, but we lack sell side. You guys get me? We traded up and price was offered on the buy side, but it did not trade lower. It did not offer sell side price delivery. You with me? Buy side, yes. Sell side, no. Until here. Now we get sell side price delivery in the gap at our open today. So this, to me, it's done a lot. As I said earlier, a few minutes ago, we saw bullish price action today. We saw bearish price action today. We covered a lot of range. Okay, like just measure it. We went 300 points higher, and then we went 200 points lower. So we basically made, that's like 500 points right there that we've, moved. And that's not counting like all these other fluctuations. That's just from the high, or from the low to the high, and then from the high to this low. So because we've moved that much, and there's only 2 hours left in 2 hours and 5 minutes, I am not going to expect a move that's equivalent to either one of these. Josh, they just call it cheese. Well, I don't know, man. I've never been there. I don't know. I wouldn't know. But I love every kind of cheese except blue cheese. Blue cheese is fucking nasty. If you like blue cheese, bro, just cancel your subscription. I don't want you here. Get out. But everything else is good, man. Like Gouda, Swiss, all that stuff, dude. It's incredible. So the sell side delivery in the gap could also be used as additional target below the imbalance. You could, Josh. I usually have a harder time with that. Like me, if I took one E-mini, I'd be out right below the low, and I'd just leave it at that. If I took micros and took multiple contracts, I'd take one off at the lows. I'd take one or more off at the lack of wick. And I would hold one just to see what the rest of the day would do. But upon seeing where we're at now, I would say, okay, my stop would probably just go to this high right here. Like this high right here. Because I'd want to lock in the majority of the move. And then if we're going to trade lower, great. But if we're not, we're going to go higher. I'd rather just get out. So, but I'm not in this. I didn't trade this. But, still gave it to you though. No, I don't, Paulus. I don't know what that is. Couldn't tell you. All right, let's briefly take a look at ES. And we're getting price that I wanted earlier today. But I ended up doing something in here. But let's talk about it. See that? Look at this shit. Beautiful. Consolidation. Okay. A lot of consolidation. No problem. Low resistance highs. Easy upside target. Imbalance, bearish. Imbalance, bearish. We drop down. Imbalance, bearish. We drop lower. Okay. Equities open is here. Right at 8:30. So what do you think it is? I'm going to show you. Well, I mean, it's already on here, but what do you think it is? Manipulation. In hindsight, that's the low risk buy. I wouldn't have done that personally, but whatever. Then we trade higher. Okay. We obviously crossed 50% on this leg lower. I mean, on this leg higher, excuse me. but I'm not going to long on the way up. I almost never do that. I did do that the other day, but I almost never do that. I want to long on the way down. So how far can price come back lower? Well, I wanted a discount because, you know, it's what I wanted. We have an imbalance here, and that's also a lack of wick right there, just like Dow Jones. So I'm like, okay, I'll put an order right there. I'll buy that lack of wick, stop like down here, and I'll aim for this because price is definitely going there. So I'm watching it. We make a low, we rally. That's just an engineered short-term low. Then we drop down, and I said, okay, great. I'm about to get filled right here. It's about to fill me in, right? Get me into the market. And then it says, all right, you know, fuck you, rallies. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Looked at NQ. NQ had tapped into this already. I don't remember what Dow was doing at this particular time. Probably higher. But where are we at? And that's why it's drawn up this way. Where are we at here? At this time, 10:15 or so, we're between 75 and 50%. Look at your notes. Look at that 4M video. Where did I tell you manipulation occurs? Well, manipulation occurs fucking everywhere. It's going to be, you know, they're going to have manipulation in discount. They're going to have manipulation in premiums too. But the market here wasn't going to seek price down here. It was going to seek the liquidity up here. So now I'm forced essentially to buy in a premium. And that's okay. But if you're going to buy in a premium, you have to do it after, in my opinion, after manipulation. So now do you see it? I didn't get my order down here traded into. That's fine. We trade higher. Look at this right here. Beautiful. That is a what? Contraction box drawn, then the lower high, but higher low presents itself. This gives you the balance of the expansion line the banks are using to balance their books. Then it drops, returns, and drops again. The move was selling high that never went to the expansion. Okay, well, my entry was better than yours, so fuck off. Because I got a perfect entry in here and you didn't. So how about you let me teach? Anyways. Thanks for the views, bitch. My entry was right there. My entry was perfect. And yours, Hunter, was not. So, let me get through the rest of this. You always got to have trolls, right? Anyway. Manipulation. Imbalance. We trade higher. Here's your mitigation. See that? Fuck, dude, I'm hungry as shit. My stomach, like, I can just feel it. All right. Low, high, lower, low. Higher time frame imbalance here. So takes a short-term low, rebalances price. I don't get, you know, I don't get my entry filled here. That's okay. So we hit that, then we rallied. It's like, okay, now we have a mitigation model. And that's why my entry was perfect. And Hunter's over there crying in the corner because he's a bitch. And he can't trade like me. That, okay, 5,877 1/4. That was it. No drawdown. Then we got our London high. And that's why I said London high delivered. And that, even though we never really got like the low risk buy in the way that I look for it, or really like the first stage accumulation, that to me still acts like a second leg. So, but yeah, if you're gonna fuck around, you're gonna find out. So hopefully he makes another account and comes back. He'll actually learn how to fucking trade. So there it is. Okay. Manipulation in between 75 and 50%, because that's where it occurs usually before the big move. Okay. And although I'm buying above 75% in here, it's like the latest possible entry. I usually don't like doing that, but I did that today, so it's fine. But anyway, why didn't you get the first imbalance? Because that's not what I was watching. I was watching on a 5-minute time frame. I wasn't watching it on a 1 minute. So by the time I saw the expansion at 1025, I said, "Oh shit! Like I'm not gonna get that entry before we go up here." So I had to drop down into the smaller time frames to see if something was there. And that seems like it's chasing price, but it's not. Because I know what the fuck I'm doing. Unlike Hunter. That's where the banks... You don't know where the fucking banks trade, you fucking goober. You don't fucking know. You don't fucking know. Even if I don't, I know where the algorithm or the algorithms will reprice to. So... Your name is gained weight, but you're eating pizza. Dude, what's going on? That's crazy. I was looking for the entry on the inversion. I understand why it didn't pull back there now. Yeah. But yeah, appreciate the subscription. You know, subscribe to the channel, bro. If you want to join the Discord, it's $25 a month. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine too. It won't bother me either way. You know, in case you're wondering, all right, I don't do all that much selling, okay? But I feel like we got a lot. I don't know why today, right? Why today of all days we have like and this isn't a bad thing, but I'm just saying today of all days we have a bunch of different people today, which is cool. I like that. I want to reach more people. I just don't want to reach people like Hunter who think they know their shit, and I'll fucking run circles around his bitch ass every day of the week. And Saturday. You know what I mean? If we're going to trade crypto. Look what the fuck I did on Bitcoin yesterday. Gave it to you. Someone hasn't stepped up to me in a while. But I'm glad he did it, though. I'll show you who has the big dick around here. Sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. But I'll show you, motherfucker. I'll show you. So. Anyways. Dude, I gotta eat, man, because... I'm starving right now. I'm fucking starving. So I did record it today, but I feel like a lot of you guys didn't have internet issues to the point where you couldn't watch the stream. So do I need to post a recording, or are you guys good with today's live stream? You're not you when you're hungry. No, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. I lose all my professionalism when I'm hungry and I get bitches in my chat. You know what I mean? Wait can stay. Everybody else can stay. Warrior can stay. But if you're going to talk your shit, you can't talk shit unless you get a better answer than me. Post it. Tag me. Then you can talk your shit. But until then, sit the fuck down. I come out here, I do this for free. So Anyways, they got me hyped. Now I got some energy. A little bit. I had an energy drink earlier, but I haven't had a troll trying to hit me for a while. I'm getting pushed more by the algo? Yeah, probably. I guess. Where did I put my stop? At the low, or a little bit above it. It wasn't the greatest RR, okay? But, you know. All right, Toby, have a good one. I'm gonna hop off here too. We're already past our, hour. But for those of you that are new here, I live stream 4 times a week, and it's always free. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. EST. I'll teach you how to trade. I'll teach you better shit than Hunter could ever do in his fucking life. Okay? I'll teach you some crazy, insane shit, and I'll do it for free. I will. I have like 700 and something videos on my YouTube channel. I have a bunch of video. I just dropped a video earlier this morning that was a segment of yesterday's live stream. I have a free course. I have 2 of them. I have a beginner's course and like a more advanced course. That's all free too. So, yeah. Y'all be blessed, man. We'll be here same time, same place on November 1st. There's no stream on Thursdays. There is a market review. And real quick, since John asked, even though I have videos on this, book of the month for November is Discourses and Selected Writings by Epictetus. Discourses and Selected Writings by Epictetus. That will be the book of the month for November. All right? So be good. I'll see you guys on Friday. Don't do anything stupid. Don't be like Hunter. And I'll see you guys on Friday.
should fail. And I was certain, oh, I'd never find a way to heal. Created distance, oh, and the sky began to clear.